Hello, fellow wanderers. I'm Endri, and thank you for joining me as we wander through some more Final Fantasy III here in the Nepto Temple. If we examine the head here, we'll see there's a gem, and not a gem. Indeed, one of its eyes is missing. Yep, and it's gonna blatantly tell us we have to use Mini. So this is where a lot of people are going to have their first real major issue. This next dungeon, you have to do Mini. Speaking of which, you can't use any melee abilities in here, basically. And it kind of shows. And this is where if you build a traditional party, like a black mage, white mage, fighter, thief, or fighter, monk, what have you, this is the dungeon that's going to really just hammer you, because unlike the last dungeon where you could just walk through it and maybe not even fight an encounter, this dungeon you have to fight a boss, so that's not really an option. So here we got a shell helm and a shell armor. I'm gonna go ahead and equip that on my front line, my more frontline red mage, basically. Give you the leather cap, and move right along. Speaking of encounters, here's our first couple of enemies here. These are poison bats, and you're going to see this a lot in this area. I'm basically just going to use the fire staff, and this is honestly most of how the combats go. I'm just going to pick the staff, use it, and until these stabs become basically useless, this is how random battles just go. And honestly, even boss fights, once I've used up my MP charges, this is how boss fights are going to go too. Just using these stabs. Even once we're out of this dungeon and can use our weapons, being in the back row is just too good. Bosses hit too hard to stay in the front. So that's one of our enemies and two of our chests. There are 3 chests in this area, if you are keeping track. Speaking of which, here's a serpent sword. It does lightning damage, I want to say. Yep, deals lightning damage, so good against sea monsters. Bloodworms, I want to say. Don't. And see, now my inventory is all messed up. Bloodworms! So yeah, anytime you get a new item, it's gonna change up your stored commands. Atesh is actually really useful in this dungeon, because all he'll do is Thundara, but he doesn't want to seem to show up today. And yeah, as you can see here, the battles are not particularly difficult. It'll be nice when we get other elemental staves to take advantage of enemies that actually have elemental weaknesses, and yeah, he poisons on a bite. He did not poison me that time, but as you saw, even in the back row, I took massive damage from that single hit. So keep that in mind. Go ahead and just have you use a cure. Cure yourself. And continue on. And this is not a very long dungeon. Most of the dungeons, except for a couple of notable exceptions, are pretty short in this game, to be honest. And would you like to say that that's the boss right there? It is. 2 more enemies. Petits, or petites. I don't remember how difficult they are. Oh, and we're probably not going to find out now. So there's 2 more creatures we're looking for down here. One of them can only be fought in this room, and the other one can only be fought in the first room, so we'll deal with that in due time. And there we go. Simple enough. Alright, there's the boss. I'm going to run around and see if I can find the... Oh, there they are, actually. The enemy I was looking for, which are the were-rats. So after this, we'll have one more random enemy to find, but that won't be until after the boss fight, because it should not appear on this floor. And look at that, 64 damage. It was critical. 64 damage in the back row. Enemies here do not mess around. I do like the fact that the stabs actually take your stats into account, so that as you gain levels, they do actually become slightly more potent. Not a lot, though. And hey, we actually had something to survive. One round of combat. Always interesting. Don't worry, the boss will survive more than one round of combat. Let's see here. Anything else particularly special? Not at this point. This is a pretty basic dungeon. Honestly, most of the game is pretty basic in its mechanics. You don't have cure, but you do. I'm trying to save Ingus's cure. I don't know why. I don't think he's actually any better than my red mages. By the way, mini lowers your strength and vitality to 1 each. Vitality is your base defense. I think it also lowers your attack and defense. Yeah, they're all 1 if you notice there. He's got a mind of 10. And yeah, you look, my mages also have minds of 10. In fact, Luneth is my best because of the mithril bracers I gave him. I should probably get some of those for everybody else too. And here's the giant rat, who can talk. And we're taking your shiny, buddy. We are definitely taking your shiny. And boss music. So I can't use fire, so he's just going to use his staff because that's all I've really got to work with. You have thunder, so we'll have to use your thunder charge. You can't use anything. I normally grind a little bit before I come in this dungeon, but I'm trying not to do that. And we'll go ahead and have him do a fire staff. So 1 Thundara, and then it's just going to be a chain of fire stabs. I was hoping Desh was going to get involved, because the more rounds he helps, the smoother this tends to go. Because the giant rat here does not mess around. See, Thundara did significantly more damage than our fire staff. 32, and he can use fire. He multi-targeted. That's good, because that really hurts single target. Go ahead and fire staff. I could just use normal blizzards too. I think it's technically a little more powerful than using the item, but I'm not that worried about it. Let's go ahead, we'll just do a cure this time. Still no Dash. Dash can make this fight end in like 3 turns really easily if he decides to Thundara the boss, and he can. I've actually had really bad luck with the companions in general on this run. Oh well. And here we've got Cure. Is that powerful enough? Not really. So I'm going to have to double Cure next round. He doubled normal attack, that's not too bad. So let's go ahead. You have the highest mind, so we'll have you Cure. You'll Fire Staff, you'll Fire Staff, and we'll have you Cure. I could Cure Rough, but we've got plenty of low-level white magic charges. Actually, that was kind of a waste, because they didn't really take... 2 of our party members don't really have much damage on them. They could just single-targeted cure them. It doesn't matter, though. Like I said, we've got plenty of first-level magic charges to work with. And yes, Ooh, that's bad. That's really bad. Oh, wow! Poison nearly killed them. Alright. So that's where I'm going to end up using my cure right there. Fire Staff, Fire Staff. I want you to go ahead and antidote yourself and Cura. I'm pretty sure we're faster than the rat all the time, so you shouldn't get to go again before I get the cure off, but we'll hope. There it goes. We're fine then. So yeah, it can be nasty when he chooses a single target attack, the same person with a spell and a physical attack. The bosses really do not mess around. But he's dead. Awesome, and nobody was actually dead for the boss fight this time. Get some gil, get some XP. Always nice to get the XP because levels, they are important in this game. And we get the missing gem. One more enemy to find before we call this place quits, but it means I can just skip through the random combat until we get there. Moving on. That was it. That was the entire dungeon. Just like those, what, 3 rooms? Yeah, not too bad at all. And of course Dash comes out when we're not in the boss fight. Thanks, Dash. Real team player there. Alright, up we go, off to the first room. Try and find the last enemy. And we'll hang around the entrance until we find it. Shouldn't take too long. There's no really rare enemies in this dungeon. Though the encounter rate's being awfully courteous to me at the moment. Discourteous, as it were. Alright, we're gonna run in circles. Pair of petites there. Dash just one-shot them. That was kind of fun. Come on, I want the last enemy. Well, if I don't meet him in the next battle, I will just cut until I find him, basically. Here he is, actually, the Lilliputian. I actually don't know how tough these guys are. I don't really remember. But we'll find out. Will they die in one hit like the petites? Yes, yes they will. Goodbye. Alright, so done with all that. Let's head on out of here. And we're going to go ahead and unmini ourselves. And change our formation, and... Oh yeah, I don't have you on the bow because the bow just doesn't deal enough damage, that's right. We can actually put you in the front row, that'll be fine. Gotta replace the eye. Hey, there we go. And now the Nepto Dragon is gonna have a conversation with us. Yep. No problem. Glad to return your eye. Ah, the eye is its soul. Okay. So the physical dragon was soulless and couldn't be controlled. Cool. Good story, I guess. And yeah, the water's not doing so great right now. And yeah, we have to go find the water crystal eventually. The Great Earthquake is the event that dropped us into the Crystal Dungeon. And hey, the Fang of Water infused you with powers. It does no such thing. I don't think the Fang does one thing in particular, but as far as I know, the Fang of Water, the Fang of the various elements, doesn't actually have any effect. Go under our key items. Yeah, there you go. It's nothing. It's something you can equip. It doesn't. Okay, we check our status here. Other than the fact that we gained a level, our stats aren't any better. So yeah, there you go. You can see our attack and defense are back to normal. Yeah, that great bow is actually pretty dang nice. Well, I'm not dual wielding because of the defense bonus from the shields, but still. Alright, well with that done, we were told that we could take this ship if we succeeded in our quest, though it's been moved out of reach. So yeah, we're going to have to go talk to the Vikings. And victory music. Yay! I'm the boss in a better mood. You don't say. Yes, we will take good care of the Enterprise. Don't you worry, hon. Bye, boss. Cool. And yep, we now have the Enterprise. We're free to use it. Yay! We have a ship. This game gives you vehicles all the time. It's kind of cool. So because we now have a ship, we now have some monsters that we can find. And yeah. they're not all that easy to find. I think one tends to spawn in this water here. Well, here we go. Here's a monster. This is the Tangi, and I'm actually going to just physically attack him with my main character there, Luneth, because he is a sea creature. He is weak to lightning, and I don't have lightning stabs yet. Though, as you can see, even our... wow, never mind. I'm going to use the fire staff from now on. I'm just going to use the fire staff from now on. Alright, there's the Tangi. It's one of the enemies. We've got quite a few more to find. This is the Inner Sea, by the way. And while we're passing by, let's pop into this town here. This is Tokal. And the locals seem a little bit skittish. Wasn't intending to kill anybody here. Let's there are things on the ground around here. I'm gonna try and find them real quick before I go talking to everybody. But I don't remember where they are. Ah, the great bow. Excellent. With that, I can give you the great bow. And I'll just give you wooden arrows for now. And put you in the back row, just in case I ever need to physically attack. That's not the only sparkly, though. I almost missed that one at that, even zoomed in. Where was the other ones? I want to say there's some Gaia drums around here. And yes, I could look up at the location of all of these, but why not have a look around? Anything else? Pretty sure there's at least one more sparkly around here somewhere. There it is, in the tree. A Lamia scale. I thought there was one more, but oh, Occasus cider. Yeah, see, I'm just blind. That's basically what it comes down to. I'm just blind. We'll just search around clicking the examine button instead. Young child runs into the back. I don't think there's anything in this house. But if we head into the fireplace here... we're not here to hurt your child, lady. What is going on, though? Soldiers took your husband to the desert, wearing the seal of Argus. Keep that in mind for later. Argus, isn't that the place where we were supposed to find the king to give us something for our ship, or our new airship? I wonder what's going on there. I'm convinced there's at least one more treasure hiding here somewhere. Absolutely convinced. I'm probably wrong, though. The great bow was a good find, though. A giant tree that moves. A giant tree. I wonder if that'll ever come up in another class-based JRPG from Square. I doubt it. Hidden stairway. Hidden weapons, but none of you are strong enough to use them. Please take them and save your town. I will do just that. Yep, I've heard about the soldiers. Yep, no problem. And they took away all your stuff. Nothing you can do. Just did, lady. Just talk to him. We head down here, and yes, there's a sparkly here. Sonic Knuckles, if you've got a monk. Kenpogi, if you've got a monk. And another Serpent Sword, if you fancy dual wielding. By the way, where'd it go? 25 attack power. I only lose 2 defense. I'm going to dual wield on him because it's just 2 defense because I have such a poor shield. So We'll go with that. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Anyone else that I've forgotten about? Anyone at all? Probably. Let's see here. Hi, Mog. Real quick, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop through my formations. Anyone else have a letter waiting for them? Nope. Refia? Ah, Refia has a letter from Taka. And he still wants her to work. Oh, we have a second one, actually. Come visit when we have the time. Maybe we will. And finally, Angus has a letter from Sarah. Alright, everybody's doing fine at the castle. Stop by if he has time, and that's it. I just wanted to show those off. I think the first time I played through this game, I didn't even bother with like swapping party members until we got the second place that we can check those messages from. Alright, I think that's most of the town. Huh. West of Castle Argus is said to be inhabited by people who can see the future. Alright. Anyway, I just wanted to show off this town. If you're following the treasure guide, it's next on the list. And we're back to sailing. Let's see if we can find some more monsters. Other than Tengi, who by the way dropped Zeus's Wrath items, which cast lightning in combat. More Tengis, but yeah. Zeus's Wrath, so if you need lightning, you can go ahead and use that. Now, we got a new enemy here. A Hermit! Get it? Get it? Lamia's Scale, by the way, casts Confuse. Bacchus's Wine increases your hit count. And this is why Desh is not nearly as useful outside of mini dungeons, because he actually physically attacks, which is significantly weaker than his Thundara. Alright, that was 2 of the enemies. I am going to go out of my way to get all of them now. Because they do disappear. As I was saying, they do disappear at some point or another in the future. Or actually, your ability to get to them disappears. It's over this way. Castle. Castle Argus, I believe, in particular. And I would like to fight something other than Tengi's game. And so it gives me 2 Tengis. There's an ominous-looking tower there. And a whirlpool. Want to bet they're linked? They are. Alright, time to sail around. As I was saying, until we find the enemies we're looking for, I'm just going to sail around. I will meet you when we get into one of those battles. Hey! A killer fish, and it back attacked us. Oh! Yeah, that hurt. 105 damage in a single hit. Kinda need to get him some better armor. We'll work on that with our ill-gotten bestiary filling money. One of the things that's kind of annoying in this game is that if you're not running the classes the game expects you to run, also known as the newest classes, your equipment draw is a little punished. But anyway, that's another one of our new enemies down. We're still looking for 1, 2, 3 more. Oh, there's a new one. And I meant 2, by the way. 2 enemies more. Not 3. Here's Sea Elementals. And I treat them the same way I treat everything out here. I don't think they have a lot of hit points, as I recall. Yeah. Not too difficult. Survive that. As you can see, our white mage is falling behind in their int, so their usage of the staff is not nearly as strong as it once was, compared to our red mages. Anyway, 1 more enemy, and I'll see you when we find them. Hey, finally! It took forever to get these things to show up. Sahagins, which are the weakest monster out here, did not want to show up at all. I think they mostly spawn near the Nepto Temple area, but who knows. Anyway, they're not very tough, and I gained a couple levels doing this. It took like 15 minutes to get one to spawn, but we're done. All right, let's go look around that castle over there, shall we? I think that seems like a good idea. Don't all of you? Let's see, where did I leave that castle? Up here, right? Yeah. Alright, let's get in here and take a look around. There are 21 treasure chests in this dungeon, and I am certain that I am going to miss no small number of them. Okay. Let's head up here. Be sad that there's nobody actually here, and take a look around. Something tells me there's probably secret walls and secret switches, and oh, there's a secret switch right now. Come on, you see 4 candles, you're gonna click one. You don't even have to zoom in and look. Come on. Alright. And the first 3 chests are right here. We get 1,000 gil, 1,000 gil, 1,000 gil. Okay, no problem. Upstairs. 6 more chests. Fantastic. 1,500. 100. That's not so great. 1,000. Okay. 100. 1,000. 1,000. Okay. I mean, I could think of worse. Let's see here. Alright, we're at the top of the castle. And we've got some more chests to find. Let's see here. These doors are locked, by the way, so we're going to see the thief's one main ability. And yes, this is going to leave me in a weakened state for like 6 battles. It's not going to matter. Yay! Does not matter what level your thief is, you can unlock doors. Alright, so this is 6 more of these chests here. What's that put us at? 6, 9. So what's this? 15 chests of the 21. We're going to get some books and some arrows, and a robe, and a book, and you'll never see any of those items ever get put to use. The reason I'm going to say this, so we got some arrows, right? We can't equip them. They're only for the ranger class to use, so we can't equip them. Come in here, and we see 3 more chests. Oh look, there's a sparkly. Alright, this should put us up to 18 of the chests. Light arrows, killer bow, and Medusa arrows. And you want to know something? Can't equip... Well, we can equip the killer bow. Oh, I forgot we can actually equip the killer bow. Very nice. I'm going to give that to Refia. And I don't think the arrows can be equipped, though. Yeah, unfortunately not. So there we go. No better arrows for us, because we're not the class that can use the better arrows. And there's nothing else special about this room. I'm not sure how long this episode's going to run, because I have to cut out large chunks of it for the finding the monsters, but that's okay. Let's head back downstairs and finish looking around a little. Alright, if we head up here, we take a look around. There's no one here. Nice brown table, but yeah, no one here. Let's see, is there symmetry? There is. There's a secret passage over here. An Antarctic wind, and a bomb fragment, and an Arctic wind. And I think that's everything. Yeah, that is everything in the castle treasure-wise. It's not everything in the castle, though. There is one more thing I would like to show off. If you are wandering around and you need a pick-me-up, there is a Revivify spring there. And an HP and MP spring here, so you don't need to worry about the ability to heal up. Before I forget, take you back to 10 battles. Take you back to Red Mage here, and give you your stuff back. I'm tempted to put him in the back row, but since he's got the nicest armor, yeah, we'll put him up front. I should give those mithril bracers to somebody else, though. Anywho, we've got a couple other places we need to go. Because we were told that to the west of here, there are some people. Let's take a look around. And I believe some new enemies here as well. Let's see, these would be knockers. Okay, whatever you say, game. I think they're weak to fire? I don't recall. Anyway, there's all sorts of new enemies out here in this part of the world. Yeah, they're tougher, that's for sure. And Fire Staff. And this should be the end of this game. No problem. Nothing too tough out here. Better XP off those, though. There's several new overworld enemies we have to look for, but I'm not going to hunt for them quite yet. Here's Gulgan Gulch. And they're born blind. Cool. They can see into the future. Okay. I need to go find the other crystals. That's pretty typical. And the dwarves have the power of fire. However, we can't get to the dwarves because there's a whirlpool in the way. And they hide away because knowing the future is bad. They don't know the entire future, though, just parts of it. So we don't want the balance between dark and light to be upset. Got it. I'm going to talk to all of them here in a second. If you walk down this way, though, you can get the 3 treasure chests that are in here. A fire staff. Nice staff. And a mage robe. I believe that, yeah, that's our first major upgrade for the priest there. Real quick here, I just want to look at his stats. 12, 12, 12, 11, 12. Okay. And if we equip the mage robe, we can see there that he gets a boost to mind and intellect. And since I don't need to have multiple fire staffs, go ahead and equip a fire staff on him. And now his intellect's 14, which puts him actually a good chunk ahead now of the rest of the party. So he'll be able to use the staves more effectively, as well as to cure people more effectively. And really quick here, I'll go ahead and sort my items. Good reason to stop by here to pick up the equipment for your white mage there. Living wood, the weeping trees are calling for us. Okay, so we have to go deal with the living wood at some point. And when the tower begins to, yep, change destinies, okay. And hey, a cutscene. So we do have to come here. We need the spell here. And Desh's destiny awaits in this tower. And we get Toad. Yay! Tower of Owen. That's where Desh has to go. Good to know. Okay. Crystals are sealing their own powers. And yeah, the light of the world is fading. Monsters are appearing. Yada, yada, yada. Pretty typical Final Fantasy story for this point in the history. At every point in the history, they're fond of that particular trope. Anyway, we got the Toad spell, and because I am a mean and cruel person, hey Refia, you get to learn the Toad spell. You'll figure out why that's funny in a bit. Alright, Overworld monsters. Should we hunt them down or should we go to the Tower of Owen? I think we're going to hunt down some overworld monsters. To do that, though, we're going to have to get in our boat and head south. We need to go to the desert we saw earlier. There we go. Oh, cool. Next new enemy here, we've got griffins. Griffins are flying creatures. They are weak to... Actually, they are weak to bows. Let's see how hard I hit them with my bows. They're also weak to the arrow spell, but I feel no great need to waste magic dealing with these guys. They shouldn't be too... Wow! Dash actually hurt with that sword, and there you go. Yeah, not a problem. Probably didn't even need to waste the arrows. He's not even equipped with good arrows. Alright, there's griffins. There's that thing, which we can't do anything with. Just to let you know, the knockers are not actually weak to anything. So don't worry about that. And we're going to go west, I think. Neat, got an angel's sigh from some knockers there. Don't actually know what that does. Ah, cool. Removes all status ailments. That's kind of neat. Enemy drop rates actually aren't that bad in this particular game. Oh, let's see. What do we have here? A flyer. They are weak to wind or bows, like most flying enemies. Go figure. Here's Dash to save the day. Yep. Let's see here. How are we doing on our list of enemies? Still need to encounter a couple around here, I think. That looks suspicious. It's the Chocobo Woods. And this smells like Chocobo. I believe you can summon a fat Chocobo to store your equipment there if you have a particular item. Which I don't think we can find around here. Eh, it doesn't matter. Anyway. Chocobos, like all Final Fantasy games, make you immune to random encounters. And here we have the Village of the Ancients. Nope, nothing that way. Can't remember. I could swear there's some stuff hidden around here. Ah well, we'll just do our standard wander around and look for exclamation points bit. Nope, nothing this way either. Anyway, this is the Village of the Ancients. They're ancients. We should probably talk to some of them. It might actually be important. Will it reveal the mysteries of the world? Probably. Let's talk to this fellow. We're on the edge of the continent on a Chocobo. He'll give us a prize. Well, I like prizes. Don't you like prizes? I certainly like prizes. Okay, the light and the dark hate each other, and the crystals are here for balance. Okay. And they pick 4 mortals, and yeah, so we are the 4 warriors of light. Good to know. Item shop, or weapon shop here. Let's pop our heads in. So we can buy serpent swords here if we want to. We can buy fire, ice, and lightning staves. We can buy more killer bows. We can buy arrows no one can use. I'm not going to buy another killer bow. I am going to buy a lightning staff. Just so I have the full set to exploit elemental weaknesses. I don't remember if we can find one of those lying around. If we do, I can equip it on somebody to improve their magic stats. That's alright. I don't believe there are any actual treasures in this town, per se. Just things you can find as sparklies on the ground. And I know there are some. I just don't remember where they are. hate running around like this. I wish they would just sparkle by default and save me the eye strain. Arg. Sometimes of the ancients once built great civilization. Okay. World chart guarding the Tower of Owen. So the ancients have something to do with the Tower of Owen. We've got an inn here with an item shop. So yeah, you can buy Maiden's Kiss, which removes Toad, Silence, yeah, all good stuff. And you can actually buy high potions and potions here. High potions are okay. I don't feel they're particularly necessary. You get plenty of magic charges. I don't think you need the extra magic charge there. Oh, we found a serpent sword. Okay. I don't have a use for another serpent sword, but we found one. Okay, anyway. Have I ever hit a chocobo? In fact, I just did see a chocobo. Here's our armor shop. You can buy shell armor here if you want to. You can buy flame mail, which I believe protects you against fire attacks. Headband for a monk, Kempo key, and you can buy a mage robe, but we already found one. And the flame mail is pretty decent stuff. I don't remember if we get any in the near future. Let me think a bit. Flame mail, flame mail, flame mail. Do we get any in the future? I don't think we do, so I think I'm actually going to pick one up. Yeah, sure. I'll pick up a couple of them. I've already got the armor for Lynette. It's not the best, but we'll go ahead and we'll give him the flame mail. Cool. And we'll give these to the other ones as hand-me-downs. I didn't see any wrist bracers there. Nope. And I am going to... There's no real point in holding on to old equipment unless it has a use effect, so I'm going to go ahead and sell the stuff I don't need anymore. Yeah, I'll never use the Spark Dagger. I'll keep the White Slayer just for fun. Get rid of these mithril swords. Keep the stabs, of course. Get rid of the standard bow. And the great bow, because we can buy a better one now if we really want one. I will keep these books. I'll get rid of the bronzed knuckles. I'll keep the sonic knuckle just in case. I will keep the Viking axe for reasons. Vest is useless though. And I'll keep this stuff just in case. I will sell my extra serpent sword. I don't particularly need it. To be honest, I don't even need the serpent sword I got. And we're going to go ahead and go to items and sort. Alright. I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to do here. Let's see here. Is there anything else? I could swear there was at least one more thing I could find on the ground, but... Talk to you. Guided by the Great Will. Cool. Sounds fun. Yep. Yeah, you shouldn't harness the power of the light. That tipped the balance the wrong way, and 4 words of darkness showed up. That will be important much later. We'll see why. And hey, what do you know? The 4 words have already appeared. Aren't you guys just so happy about that? Sight! Why not? I don't own a copy, I'll buy it just because. Teleport and Blinda, I will be picking up for Ingus there. And I'm not going to worry about the black magic spells. If you can't tell, he's going to be my white mage forever, so that's why I'm bothering to complete his spellbook a little more. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Grab your teleport, which is nice to avoid backtracking. I never use it because, well, to be honest, I would much rather have the XP because, well, the less actual grinding I have to do, the better, in my opinion. Revival Spring, in case you need it. We're in the air. And the Tower of Owen is a pillar that supports the continent. Okay. Good to know. Alright, I'm really done looking for shinies now. We're going to take a walk around the world. I'm not going to ride a chocobo around the world. I'm going to walk around the world because I have to find some enemies, you know? Alright. Oh. Another enemy. Let's see here. That's the Gorgon. I don't know if they have any particular weaknesses. I'm just going to start using the lightning staff now that I've got it because, you know, change of pace. And here's Desh to be a boss. Gorgons have no elemental weakness, so use whatever. Yeah, White Mage is a little powerful now. Because of the mage's robe and the staff I have equipped with him. I could give staves to the rest of the party as well, because we can buy them now. And that would definitely up their magical stats to use these staves with a little better, but I don't see any great need to spend all that much money. Alright, back to our walk. So that's the Village of the Ancients, and if we come down here, we can actually walk around the world. And there are some enemies that can only be encountered in certain parts of the map around here. And knockers can be a little bit quick for us, actually. They, oh yeah, I don't have any MP on him because I switched his job to Thief and then didn't rest afterwards. That'll be fine. I'm gonna stop by Argus on the way out. Anyway, I think down here in the south we can encounter an enemy unique to this area. Hopefully we'll find him. If not, we'll have to come back and hunt him down. Oh, here's some lynxes. Lynxes, I want to say, are weak to ice in particular. Let's take a look. Are they weak to ice? Survey says... not especially. Okay, I was wrong. They're not weak to ice. Oh... that enemy I fought earlier was not a knocker, so I'll have to show it. I thought it was because they have the same general look. But that's alright. I'm sure we will encounter more of them soon. I'll show them off when we do. We are almost... yeah, we're about as far south as you can get now. Oh, neat. These are... hornets. Don't think we've encountered them yet. If we have, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think we've encountered these yet. They're not particularly dangerous. Let's see, how many more enemies do we have to encounter? Quite a few, actually. Not a problem, though. These enemies aren't particularly dangerous. I don't foresee any trouble making a full lap around. Get some much needed experience before we go to the next boss. And dead end over here. Okay. We'll head this way now, see what we can find. Ah, there's the enemy I skipped over before. These are the red caps. They're not weak to anything particular. They're kind of fast and they hit kind of hard. So do keep that in mind if you encounter them. They're not all that overly threatening though, so don't worry too much. A couple staff blasts take them down just the same. You can see there they're fast enough that they can interrupt our turn order. I'm not too worried about it. It's not a big deal. It's nice if you can always go faster than bosses, but random encounters, I wouldn't worry about it too much. Let's go ahead. Yeah, let's heal up. And there we go. All better. We have lots of charges there, as you can see. Got a few more enemies we're looking for in this general area, so I will meet you when I find them. And I found them immediately. Good to know. We got a treant and a spider. I don't think the spider is weak to anything in particular, but the treant there is or Baromets there is definitely weak to fire. Let's see here. The spider there is also weak to fire, actually, so cool. Should not be a problem. And now to find our next couple of enemies. We found a lot of them, but not enough. Ah, there's one of them, I believe. That should be the Koofjol. Yep. They're just an upgrade to the Gorgon we saw before. They're not particularly threatening. I'm still looking for one enemy in particular, but I'm not sure where to find them. Well, we'll keep looking. I think they're fairly rare, unfortunately. Anything else I need to encounter here? I'm not sure. We're going to go north, though, just to get some more movement in. Yeah, we're on a big floating continent. You can see the clouds over there. There's a town there. We'll be visiting there later. As I was saying, we'll be visiting there later. Alright, we're almost halfway around the continent. And I can't remember if the enemies change when we get further north. Yeah, we'll find out. Oh, we're curving back to the west now. Running this in a chocobo doesn't take very long, by the way. You can see it's not a very large continent. Yeah, fire staff makes short work of the enemies out here. Anyway, still looking for the last couple monsters as we make our way around here. By the way, one thing to know, the Lynx enemies can very rarely, I believe, drop Phoenix Downs. So keep that in mind. Here we are at the Northern Desert, where ironically I fight enemies weak to fire. There you go. Almost all the way around now, with a bunch of gil in our pockets. But I suppose I could usually, use on armor and weapons and stuff, but why would I do that? Better to be cheap, right? You get better stuff in dungeons anyway. I know I'm horrible. Anyway, oh, hey, we're almost back to the Village of the Ancients, and we got some weaker enemies. There we got Lizard Man. Oops. Lizard Man, if you can't tell by the fact that I'm switching my element, is weak to lightning. Carrying that big metal sword and big metal shield, little weak to lightning. And we fought Gorgon before. He ain't gonna live very long. So we're now back towards the Tokol area. So the enemies are going to get a little bit weaker in this area now. That's the last of that enemy. I'm looking for 2 more, and we'll have all the overworld enemies. Nice one, Desh. Thundar is some lizardmen. Anyway, yeah, we're almost done. Have almost all the overworld enemies. Just need 2 more, which I will, of course, hunt off screen if needs must. Looks like we're back. So yeah, I'm going to grab a chocobo, head to the southern part of the continent again, and I will meet you when I find the enemy I'm looking for. Hey, there's one of them now. These are parademons. I don't think they're actually weak to anything in particular, but they can paralyze you, so be careful of that. Dash here to save the day, as it were, or at least weaken them slightly. Yeah, be careful, these guys are kind of nasty, so one of the harder enemies. Give great XP though, I think, but we'll see in a second here. And there you go. Dash plus lightning staff equals dead parademon. How did we do for XP? Never mind, they're really horrible for XP. Anyway, I'm just at the very southern end of the continent. I'm going to find my last enemy, and I will see you when I find him. Hey, finally, that took forever. Slimes! They're weak to fire. That's all I really have to say. While I was busy grinding, I looked some things up. All of these staves give the same effect, +2 mind, +2 int. So equip whatever elements you want on people for actual, like, equipped weapons. And you'll be all set. And yeah, I'm in the northwest corner here of the island. And yeah, at this point, I think I'm going to call it a part. And I will see you next time. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go upgrade my equipment. Get a pair of stabs for everybody, shove everybody into the back row, and I will meet you at the Tower of Owen, which, as you remember, was next to that whirlpool. But anyway, until our paths cross again, have fun and stay safe, everyone.